it's like so freaking difficult to date in the 21st century, and we have to stay updated of these new terms. One of them is like ghosting. So what ghosting is, what whether you turn into a ghost and do boo or like Chudel. So if you want to find out what does ghosting mean, then please continue watching this video. Hello everyone, this is Cal, your pal, and today I'm going to discuss the term ghosting in relationships. So what does ghosting mean? Ghosting is when your date or when your girlfriend or boyfriend slowly fades away from your life without giving any explanation. So he or she usually just ends the relationship without any closure, and most of the time you're like left to wonder, what? Everything was working out so fine. We felt attracted to each other, everything was going fine, but what happened? So you start to wonder, like, did you do something wrong? Did you say something wrong? Is it your fault? Now let me tell you that my first guy I ever dated, he ghosted me. And this was like early 2000s. So this is not something which is, happening just now. I'm sure it must have happened long back in our probably our parents' times. The previous generation also must have faced it. Maybe during those times it was like the person never called, or the person just stopped sending letters. So that kind of ghosting must have happened. Now, of course, we have much more modern phenomena where the person stops responding to your text, blocks you, changes the number. You see the last message is read but there is no reply. Those kind of stuff. Now, let's face it that it might also be possible that you are ghosting a person without even realizing it. For example, if you use dating apps like Tinder, you're getting to know someone, and say like in few days you just decide to unmatch them. Now, of course, you might have your own reasons, like you didn't feel a connection, you didn't feel attracted enough, the conversation was not going anywhere, but that is still fine. But yes, that is also ghosting. You don't give any explanation to that person and just unmatch, because there's no pressure on you on these dating apps. Like, you don't have to worry about what that person might feel about this, and you don't have to actually explain everything to someone whom you are just getting to know for a few days. Of course, when you actually go out on dates, and probably this person, you have known this person for long, or someone else has set you up, that is little more difficult, I guess, than these dating apps. Ghosting on these apps is much easier, I feel. Now, if someone does this, to you after 2-3 dates, you feel like there was a connection, but maybe the other person did not feel that, and he probably just stopped responding to your texts or just disappeared. It's okay. You don't have to like feel bad, or you don't have to feel that this person owes you an explanation, because you just went for a few dates, and maybe that person does not have the courage to tell you because he doesn't want to hurt your feelings, or he's just, especially men do that, they would rather just not say anything and just disappear. I don't know, I feel sometimes there are a lot of these ghosts who come back also. I don't know if they leave like that so that, maybe if they're bored or they don't have anyone, or they might just think about you and try to come back. That's why they don't want to confront. That's why they don't want to say that, it's not working out and tell you exactly what the problem is. Have you noticed that? Like, have you seen a lot of people like come back or just randomly just text after a long time? I don't know, I think they just do it when they're bored or something. Like, what happened after all those months or years what are you supposed to think? So if someone like that comes back, a ghost comes back in your life, do not respond. Now, yes, ghosting is a problem when you have been dating someone for a couple of months and it seems like you both are having a good time, and then suddenly the other person just disappears. Now, I don't know, the reason might be because maybe the other person decides to like confront and not confront, basically just talk about things, and you know, he or she will ask, okay, you know, things are going amazing, so what are we? Are we a couple? Are we committed? Are we exclusive? Where is this going? What are our future plans? And one of them kind of chickens out. One of them is like, okay, I did not see that coming. And maybe he's not on the same page and he decides to just coast away. He decides to just leave because, you know, talking about it might seem awkward because he doesn't want to hurt your feelings. Now that is definitely a problem, because I feel if you have invested so much time into each other, I think it's better to tell that person, however, you know, difficult it might be, and it's okay, it happens, because maybe he or she is not looking for the same things, or sometimes the attraction fades out, sometimes you both realize that you are not looking for the same things. I think it's important to talk about it rather than just disappearing and you leave the other person to wonder that, oh, what did I do wrong? That is why I feel, you know, when you start dating, you should talk about all these things initially itself. After that initial phase of getting to know each other, I think you should talk about it. For example, even on Tinder and all these dating apps, you know, if it's not written in the bio that what this person is looking for, I think it's important to ask the other person, so what brings you to Tinder? Are you here to make friends? Are you here just for hookups, or you want a serious relationship? Because when the intention is clear, you know what you're getting into, I think it's not a problem if you talk about it initially itself. Of course, there'll be people who would just not speak up, you know, who would be like, no, of course I like you, baby. And then after that initial attraction is over, or maybe they found someone else, or whatever, you know, people are just complicated. So that's the reason also people might just disappear and they would rather, you know, be ghosting than actually talk about it. So yes, you will find these douchebags more in the 21st century, because let's face it, you know, people don't have time to invest in one person, and there is always something better according to everyone. It's like, oh, the latest smartphone, oh, the latest laptop. The same way people actually treat dating and relationships these days. That's why people prefer to just go about ghosting than actually saying that, you know, I'm not into you anymore. So that's it from me, folks. I hope you like this video, and if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Please comment below and let me know, have you been ghosted ever, or did you actually do that to someone? And please share this video with your friends. Please subscribe if you're liking my videos. And if you want to check out my last video, it's somewhere here. Until next time, it's bye-bye from me. Take care.